Hello guys and girls out there, wherever you are. Welcome to another totally random video. And in today's video I want to show and tell you a little bit something about one of the flip clocks that I have. So there's probably more flip clock videos coming up in the future. But this is the first one because this is the flip clock that I got the longest. So yeah, let's just get a little light up here. So this is the Saba Automatic H flip clock, whatever the H stands for. And I had this flip clock for, I would say, over a decade at least. And yeah, I had other flip clocks before, also nicer flip clocks, because I have to admit, this flip clock, when it comes to the look, it's not really that much my favorite kind of flip clock. I don't really like the round edges, and I'm missing the silver and chrome buttons and knobs and all that kind of stuff. But still, this watch or this clock is one of the more expensive flip clocks for some reason. When you go on eBay, usually people are selling flip clocks for 50, 60 euros, stuff like this, which is already a little bit overpriced in my opinion. But this particular one, it goes for 129. But I don't know if there's actually people purchasing this clock for this price. But yeah, let's just get right into it to see if it's something special or what makes it special. So here on this side we have the typical stuff for flip clocks. So with the knob right here we can set the time. With the knob on the outside we can set the time for the timer or the alarm. We also have a little switch down here where we can switch between radio and buzzer depending on how you want to wake up. But if you choose buzzer, the radio goes on as well. So if you really only want to have the buzzer, you would have to turn down the volume for the radio. I don't think that you can adjust the volume for the buzzer. Then up here we have the sleep timer that we can set all the way up to 60 minutes. So yeah, if you want to fall asleep with music and you want the radio to turn off automatically, that's what you use. But I still find those things kind of stupid, because when the timer turns off, it makes a really loud clicking noise or whatever when it turns off. So if you don't wake up by that, you're a really heavy sleeper. Then we can also change the volume for the radio, and we can also set the sound. I don't even know what that means. I mean, this is definitely something that is a little bit more unique. If we go this way, the music sounds a little bit more muffled, or there is more bass. And on this side, I don't know if it's the tremble or whatever. I'm going to demonstrate it in a second. Then here we can change between ultra shortwave and middle wave. Then we can turn the radio on and off, and we can turn the alarm on and off. So now let's go to the front. So here we have the time for the alarm. We also have the time, the volume again. Then I don't even know what the actual term for this thing is. I'm just calling it the spinner, showing and indicating that the clock is running nicely. Then we also have the sound again, and the radio part, and all the indicators on the front right here to see what's turned on, what's turned off. Really nice. And on this side we can select the station. So that's the front. Now let's go to the back, because that's where things are also getting a little bit interesting in my opinion. So there's, from the first look, there's not really much going on. We have a little headphone jack right here, but then here we also have a little door, and behind this door there is something that is quite unique. If I can actually remove that door. Great, I should have been testing that. Yeah, there we go. And of course we also have the antenna. So in here we have this weird little thing right here. Yeah, this is a so-called pillow speaker. I don't actually know what you use those things for, if you put those speakers inside your pillowcase or if you put it underneath your pillow. I don't really know. I also don't know why you would use those kind of things. Is it so that you can listen to radio without annoying the person sleeping right next to you? Is it so that you can wake up with the radio without waking up the person next to you? I don't really know what those things are actually used for. So we also have this little plug right here. So I assume that you plug it into the headphone jack, and then, yeah, you have a pillow speaker. Not really anything else inside. So I think maybe because that's something really unique, that's also why this clock is a little bit more expensive than the other ones. I don't know. But yeah, that's the way it is. I'm going to put this thing back together after I finish the video. So now let's take a look at the radio part, because what I really like about this clock is the fact when we turn on the radio that the entire radio part is illuminated as well. So that looks really nice. And that's also maybe one of the reasons why it's a little bit more expensive, because there isn't that many flip clocks with illuminated radio part. And here we have the time. The light inside still is nice and bright. I don't know if the music is copyright protected or not, but yeah, let me just go to a different station, for example this one.
Auch über alle vitalen Reflexe und Instinktreaktionen hinaus oft weitgehend steuern können. Wir Menschen können beispielsweise in der Regel überlegt entscheiden, wann wir das durch Hunger und Durst signalisierte Ungleichgewicht des Körpers wieder aufheben wollen, indem wir etwas essen und
Israel's going to the Republic of Ireland on Friday.
Yeah, this never really works that well. It's mostly...
will das Referendum vor dem Brexit abhalten. Das lehnte jedoch, sowie Yip und Theresa
getrieben werden, das durch
sich auf die Länder.
So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching and goodbye.